It was November 1970. Deep inside a remote valley near Bergen, Norway, two hikers made a discovery that would become one of the country's most haunting mysteries. A woman's body had been found, but almost everything that could reveal who she was gone. She had 9 fake names. The Isdal Woman Mystery. The woman had no identification, no passport, no name anyone could confirm. Her clothes had their labels removed, and the objects found around her seemed strangely deliberate. Investigators were left with a question that should have been simple. Who was she? Then investigators found her luggage. Inside were wigs, glasses, clothing with identifying labels removed, and a notebook containing a series of mysterious codes. The deeper investigators looked, the less the woman seemed like an ordinary traveler. It was as if someone had gone to extraordinary lengths to make sure she could never be identified. Then investigators began tracing her movements. Hotels, cities, different names, different identities. The woman had traveled through several European countries before arriving in Norway. At one hotel, she used one name, somewhere else, another. And according to investigators, she appeared to have carefully concealed her identity. But why? Was she hiding from someone? Or was she hiding something? The notes seemed to contain clues, dates, places, names, and symbols that investigators believed could represent locations or movements. The possibility began to emerge that the woman had not simply been traveling, she had been following a plan. But there was one problem. Nobody knew what the plan was. Eventually, the trail led back to Bergen, and then it stopped. The woman was seen. She moved through hotels. She traveled. She interacted with people. And then, suddenly, she was gone. Days later, her body was discovered in Isdalen Valley. The woman who had spent so much effort hiding her identity had died without anyone knowing her real name. Over the decades, theories began to emerge. Some suggested espionage. Others believed she may have been involved in intelligence work during the tense years of the Cold War. Her use of multiple identities certainly fueled those theories. But there is an important distinction. There is no definitive evidence proving that she was a spy. The truth is, nobody knows. More than 5 decades later, the mystery of the Isdal woman still refuses to disappear. Who was she? Why did she use so many names? Why were the labels removed from her clothes? And what happened during her final hours in the Norwegian mountains? Maybe she was a spy. Maybe she was running from someone. Or maybe the real story is something far more ordinary. And we've simply lost the person who could tell us. Because in the end, the woman who had so many names died without leaving us one. The viral files, stories behind the headlines,